perform, so I finally was able to grab this place, and then I started postering like a madman, and this is just great. We really got an audience, and I am relieved. Okay, I have one announcement, and then I should let the man do his stuff. I'd like to ask that you please put your John Hancock on the basket on mailing list there by the table. If you don't mind. And what happens is from now on, if we continue this poetry series, we'll give you a mailing, and you can know who's going to perform, and you can come. Okay. Now it is my extreme pleasure to introduce to you Mark Azure. He's from Salem, Oregon. And he set up a nonprofit organization in Oregon, which is called Deaf Artists Council of Oregon. And he's an extremely adept sign mime and a poet. Whatever sign you care to use, there's several options that you could choose from, and also a storyteller. So please help me welcome Mark Azure. Hello, hello, hello. Looks like I got to get right in the spot here. I'm going to find like in the right place so that all the lights, I know that it's very important for the lights so that everybody can see me very clearly. I'd like to say how do you do. Gee, my time in the West is a little different than here in the East. I gotta try to mingle these times so that I have the right time, the right place, and everybody's got the Rochester time synchronated with my Oregon time. So I'm gonna tell you some stories, but first I'd like to tell you a little bit about my background. Who am I? And what led me to become involved in the performing profession. So I want to give you a little brief idea of who I am. Maybe some of you know of the name Sam Zapala. That seems to be a pretty famous name around America these days. And he was one of my classmates. We pretty much grew up together in the School for the Deaf in Oregon. That's where I first met him. And he had a very strong influence on me. He exposed me to a lot of different things, like sign performance and funny stories and humor and such. I just grew up watching him, and he really inspired me. He was a very special influence on my life. So we would trade off telling stories and entertaining each other. That's something that really influenced me. I became deaf from German measles when I was 3 years old. And I grew up on an Indian reservation. This was in South Dakota. My family is all from there. And from there we moved to Nebraska. And so there were two segments of my family there, one in Nebraska and one on the reservation. My father's tribe is known as the Sioux. And so I learned a lot about their ways, their culture and such. If you've seen the movie Dances with Wolves, that was filmed very close by where my reservation was from. Let me think what that was called. Pine Ridge, South Dakota. And my reservation is Rosebud, which is just adjacent to that. And that's where I grew up until I was 6 years old. And my parents were trying to figure out what to do with me. They decided that I should go to a school for the deaf. But this was in 1963, and they felt like they really wanted to find the best placement for me, and they felt that Oregon would be such a place. So this was my first exposure to deaf culture. Of course, Indian culture I've been immersed in since I was a kid. And I'd go to all the different events that were celebrations. There were powwows and Indian dances and feathers and headdresses and all of those sorts of accoutrements. And I wanted to have those sorts of things where I would go. And my parents said, well, sure, they'll have that sort of stuff in Oregon too. It'll be a little different. You know, the Indian tribes are different, the Indian reservations different. It's called Warm Springs, Oregon, the area that we were in there. And they did have similar sorts of things happening there. So I was shipped off to deaf school there, and also lived on the reservation. My mother said she would take me to deaf school the first day, she would help me, and drove me over there, over the mountains, the Cascade Range, which is western range of mountains, eastern range of mountains in Oregon. And it was so beautiful, there was snow, and of course in South Dakota it's dry as a bone, it's very cold, and it's very shifting in terms of the arid temperament there, but here it was, and out in the summertime there was still mountains, and I didn't even ask any questions or anything, you know, and of course I was using home signs at the time. I didn't have a formal language per se. So there I was at the school for the deaf. And here they were, all deaf kids and all white kids as well, which was a double culture shock for me. And I went to the door after it closed behind me and my mother had left. And there I was. So there I was, sort of stuck betwixt two cultures. Anyway, that's a brief synopsis of my background. So now go on with the performance. This first thing I want to do is an ABC story. Maybe you're familiar with this. There was another deaf performer one time that I saw doing something similar, and I thought, oh, that's great, but I want to put a new twist on it, so I'll do my own version of it. Now, there's going to be a few different hand shapes here. I'll go through the alphabet, but I'm going to incorporate it into a story.
A.
I remember at school, all these different people around coming up to me and passing me by. Somebody came up to me and scolded me. Hey, your ear mold. Huh? Your ear mold. Somebody stuck their finger in my ear and started trying to adjust this thing.
G. H.
Here, I'll get a little bit of tape to put this puppy right on there. And they taped the ear mold into my ear. Imagine. This happened at the school for the deaf. Whoa, I felt I had to watch my P's and Q's. But hey, that's life. Hey, there's a little girl over there. Her name was Molly. How cute. Hey, Molly, want to go get something to eat with me? Come on. Come on over there. Let's go over there, okay? We can go to a restaurant and get some ice cream. Yeah, sounds fun, okay. First I gotta go to the bathroom though. Oh, look, gotta hurry up, hurry up.
V.
So we walked over. Uh-oh.
W.
Wally, Molly's friend, came up. Molly, come on and play with me. Come on over here. Let's play, let's play. Right now, I'm supposed to go with him.
Z.
Title of this next piece is Ready. R-E-A-D-Y. Ready. And this is the sign for ready. Ready? Ready? Everything ready? 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 Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, all right. Let's go. Do it. Go for it. Rocket on the launch pad. Pull that lever back. Ooh. Good launch. Let's try a booster rocket on this one. Booster disengaged. Ready. Triple booster. Disengage number one. Second rocket fired. Around the world, ready for that orbit. Ready? Splashdown, coming up, here it comes. Ready? Here it comes. turned out so well. Let's go in a horizontal orbit. Ready, yeah. Oh, maybe we could do a space station. Ready? Docking procedure initiated. Ready? Decoupling. Ready? And a perfect three-point landing. Ready? Let's go out and explore the surface of this place. Ready? Yeah. Let's go back. Looks fine. We'll claim it. Ready? Ready? Coupling. Landing procedure begun. The red fuselage flying behind. And a parachute to bring it down for a soft landing. Ready? Another piggyback shuttle ride here. And the booster falls off and the shuttle flies almost free. And the Titan comes off as the shuttle flies in its perfect orbit. Ready? Satellite disengaged. Mission completed. A fiery re-entry into the atmosphere of the Earth. Ready? Hatch down, landing gear deployed. Perfect landing in Mojave. All right. This next piece is entitled St. Louis. Here's the work crews coming in. Okay, what am I going to do, guys? No, you guys take this side of the sector. No, look over this over. I don't know, we got the right food. Okay, team A, go over there, team B, go there, go. Our mission seemed to be pretty accurate. Looks like we've got something here. Well, okay, let's start excavating this puppy. As our earth-moving equipment begins its job, tearing at the soil. Let's make sure we got these measurements, run a plumb line there. Yeah, looks like we're okay, square as we go. Foundations, set. Let's shore those guys up, put some good wooden struts in here. Rosie and Robert riveters starting their work. Steel reinforcements. Bolts and studs and rivets and steel. And don't forget to check those measurements every once in a while. Yep, looks like we're square up. Everything's looking cool. Yep, right. We're doing okay over there. Okay, it's looking good. As it climbs skyward, one side, and then the other, on its upward march to the heavens. the cranes lifting those gigantic girders up into the air, lifting and riveting in a seemingly endless task, one side and the other meeting, hopefully meeting. Let's see, yep, there's a sun behind it, must be east, yeah, something good. Yeah, I see it, okay. The coordinates are matching just fine, guys. Up and up and up. Oh man, let's get more of these guys done. More rivets, more jackhammers. The end of the task draws near. Hey, getting close, huh? Yeah. It's gonna be it. This arch is gonna work. Check it out. We are right next to each other and not facing each other. Wait a minute. This wasn't the way we planned. So what do we do now? Wait a minute. I got it. You just nip a little piece off of here and you nip a little piece off of there. And slide them together. Here, take this. Come on, you guys. Now on the count of 3, pull. Come on, let's get a little ballast in there. Pull. And then, after frantic stapling and pulling and riveting and every which way, you get your American flag up there, and you got the St. Louis Arch. This is a story I came up with that's called The Visitor with the Dog. And this is something that I got from reading Reader's Digest. It was something I read and I thought, oh, wow, not bad. It's kind of weird and I'll take it, okay. I liked it. So maybe you read this one. I think, when did I see this in there? I don't know. It was, I think, last year or something, but it just really stuck with me because I had dogs all the time when I was growing up. A lot of experience with dogs, so it stuck in my mind. There was a gentleman named Tom who was sitting in his house, and his house was in utter chaos. There was a couch, and there was a chair, and there was a lamp, and there were curtains, sure. But there were clothes, and underwear, and shorts, and socks, and everything on top of the lamp, and the heat didn't make the most pleasing aroma, which emanated from therein. Shirts with, well, you know, the sort of odors that shirts have sometimes. Those were spread across the room. The place was, quite frankly, a mess. But one day the phone rang and his light went on because it's a TTY light. I went over and put it on there. Put the phone on the TTY and sat and said, hello, what's up? This is Tom. And the TTY screen said, hey, how you doing? This is somebody you don't expect. This is Joe from way back in your past. Do you remember me? Joe, yeah, well, gosh, long time no see. Where are you? Well, I gotta tell you, you know, like I'm in town. I'm living real close to you right now, right in your area, and I really want to get together with you sometime, you know, a couple hours if possible. You're here in town in 2 hours? Yeah, how about it? What do you say? I can come right over and I can just jump in my car and get there in a split second. I could be right at your house, okay, okay, SK, GA, GA, SK, SK. No, hold the bus, no SK, wait. Uh-oh. What am I gonna do? What do I do? It's gonna be here in 2 hours. So Tom ran around, took all the dirty laundry, which piled to the ceiling once he had it in one actual place, and dragged it and put it very neatly into another room and closed the door. Took out his trusty vacuum cleaner. We required a couple kicks to get the motor started, but we all know how that goes. And gave the rug once over. The bag filled to enormous proportions. Finally, he very neatly tossed that into another room. But, ooh, that smell, what are we going to do about that? Oh, our trusty air odorizers. Let's do a double whammy, like a double pistol set here of Glade. You know, do my feet while I'm at it. Empty cans. I'll throw them in the room with the other stuff. Uh-oh, 10 minutes left till he gets here. What do I do? Curtain rods. I guess I could probably make them even for a change. Then the doorbell light rang. Well, I can compose myself. Tom opened the door. Hey, Joe, how's it going? Haven't seen you in so long. Hey, yeah, man, it's just great. I haven't seen you in a long time. We got a lot of catching up today. Dude, far out, check it out. Haven't seen you. Whoa, wait a second. And here was Spike with a metal collar and a Rambo gait. And appealing jowls shifting back and forth. Whoa. Well, come on in, both of you. Sure, come on in. Let's hang on. Wow. I'm just so surprised to hear from you. You know, to see you again. It's been so long. You know, you want a beer or anything? Yeah, sure. Why not? Brings out a couple brewskis. So, what's been going on in your life? Let's shoot it back here a little bit. Well, suddenly Tom's cat very daintily walked into the room, having no idea what awaited her. With a large salivating tongue and fangs and ears bound to match, and headed off at a dead run for the Siamese, which jumped up on each toe, raised the fur on its hackles, and took off like a lightning flash. And they chased each other around like a white tornado, around and around and around, in that just recently cleaned room, knocked the lamp over, destroying it, of course. Tom yelled, God, stop! Cut it out! Do something! Get out of here! Do something! This miasma of animal bodies was going around and around and around. And he said, stop, tell him to stop, do something, call the dog up, do something. And Joe didn't know what to do. Call him off, get him to stop. So they opened the door and the two animals ran outside. So Tom said, what? Tell your dog to stop, do something. What did you do? Joe said, that's not my dog. That's not your dog? No. I thought it was your dog. Now this is an ASL poem that I've come up with myself. And this is a Western sign, West Coast sign that I've used. I've met a lot of deaf people. One person named Billy Siegel particularly impressed me. His brother's name is Howie Siegel. And the three of us were talking one time, and we realized that we wanted to come up with a new sign for poems. So this is something that we come up with. We bring it here, and I don't know if it's something that you would like to adopt here in the East. I've seen this sign for poem here on the East Coast, and that seems pretty fine to me too. And the reason that I chose this particular sign, which is also cool, Express Yourself, is because I had just taken a course in English Lit and I was studying poetry. And it seemed to me that poetry means this oratorical self-expression that emanates from your soul, and it's sort of a song that releases from your spirit, and I felt that's it. That's kind of my idea of things in a way. And that means that you read, when people read poetry and stuff, sometimes it doesn't quite get all that across. And I want something that really shows that, something that shows that inner feeling that I guess a hearing person, that comes out when they read something too. Something that really hits your spirit and strikes your heart in a sort of way that really makes you feel like you own something that you're telling to other people. So I felt like this is the sort of thing I do when I come up with a poem. It makes sense to me to use this sort of sign. So a few years later I decided, well, I've seen this line for poem that's kind of like song, and I've seen poetry that's like spirit, and I thought I'd use this, so we'll see. So you can see which one sticks. This is my own creation, an ASL poem. I guess I have to give you a little bit of background first. Like I said, my mother took me to the school for the deaf and sort of deposited me there, and a lot of things happened there that I feel like I'd like to share with you. This is called Exit. As the car approaches and opens for the two souls to enter that door, such a strange smell. No, I won't go with you. No, go ahead. It's okay. No, please, don't go. No. And I hold to the door as it's pulled shut. The door on one side and my mother's hand on the other, and the grasp of my mother released. She drives away, and the door shuts in front of me and behind her. And above that door, the glowing sign, Exit. The house parent holding my hand, taking me towards the smell. The smells that I have no context for. Ooh, I'm really sweating a lot here, I'm kind of used to the air conditioning and there doesn't seem to be any here, so I'm kind of letting the floodgates loose here. I didn't know that these tend to be so humid. I'm remembering that now from past visits occasionally, but I kind of escaped my memory until now. This is entitled P-E-A. And this is a story that I got from Reader's Digest again, one of those books that you might not feel is one of the best literary agents in the world, but I liked it. A mother and her son decide to go to a restaurant together, and the boy is just beside himself because he has visions of huge multi-tiered quarter pounders and milkshakes and french fries dancing in his head. He could just imagine the ketchup oozing on those french fries and salivating about it as they walk into the restaurant. The mother holds his hand. When they go into the restaurant, they see that counter gleaming with all the little stools. He spins those stools as he goes by and watches them go round and round and round. What a game. Mother says, come on, cut it out. Come on, this isn't the time to play, honey. Okay. But I want to play with these that spin around. It's really neat. Guess who won that one? He sits on the stool. Okay, now let's look at a menu and decide what we want to eat. Of course, he doesn't know how to read, but boy, he's got that vision in his head of exactly what he wants. And he tells his mom, I want, you know what I want, you know what I want. Oh, yes, I know what you want. I know what you like. Don't you worry. And so she tells the waitress what he wants. And he says, no, that's not, I didn't know. He couldn't understand what she was saying because he was deaf. And the waitress went, all he could do was worry about whether he was going to get the right thing. Play with his water, with a spoon, watch the waves on the top of the water. Shh, that makes noise, be quiet. Twiddled around the ashtrays. Here comes the waitress. Oh boy, I just can't wait. He sees the bottom of the plate because he's a little short and he's just imagining what's on the other side of it. Gets set down in front of him. A pea? A pea? And then I said, oh yes, you need to eat more peas. I won't eat a pea, I won't. Now you better eat that pea. But at the very same time, a huge cop, 6'7" tall, 350 pounds, comes ambling through the door, takes off his cap, and the mother says, okay, you see that policeman over there? There's a policeman there? There's a policeman right over there. And he's watching you, and he says he's going to watch you till you eat your pea. No, okay, I'll eat the pea. I will. Policeman sits down, opens up his menu. The mother says, now you eat that pea, come on, you better eat that pea. We're never going to come here again if you don't eat that pea. Now you just better eat that pea. Okay, I will. God, in his imagination, he's in jail with a 6-month prison term. Now the policeman's overhearing this, smirking to himself. Now you get up, young man. Now you better eat that pea. She takes his hand and forces him to the fork, and he cries and cries. And the policeman comes up, ambles over to the scene of the crime, grinning, and says, excuse me, baby, I think I can help you. Yes, you tell him, officer. You tell him for me, please. You tell him. Yes, ma'am. Of course, ma'am. Oh, God, this is it. 10 years in the bed. Oh, no. Please, I'm sorry. I'll do it. I'll eat it. Just watch. I'm going to eat it. I'll eat every SP. I will. I promise I will. Here it comes. Down the hatch. And the cop says, no, wait. I'm going to tell you something. I'm a big, tall, strong, hulking guy. And I don't eat peas. And the biggest grin you ever saw got on that boy's face. Now this next work is sort of a sign mine. It's about a motorcycle. And you really have to watch carefully. You gotta watch my face. I'm gonna sweat like you wouldn't believe. Because I'm gonna try to really show you what this motorcycle looks like. Now after this piece of the motorcycle, we're gonna have a break and then we'll have another set afterwards. Chains hanging from the leather jacket. Chains hanging from the belt. Visor and helmet, goggles and ear holes. Radio, and a set of keys from here to tomorrow. Texas cowboy bow legs, and there's that shining Harley hog, gleaming in the sun like there's no tomorrow. Them legs is bowed, and if you want to know why, you check out this here hog. Let's get on this monster and see what we got here. We got odometers, tachometers, speedometers, thermometers, barometers, hydrometers, and every kind of gizmo gadget, what you call it from here. And on the back we got a triple, quadruple, quintuplet, septuplet seek to bring every member of your family. We talking about a gas tank? No, 4 gas tanks to take it from here to Kalamazoo and back. And the engine, not one. We got your basic quadruple V8, 4 piston in each, which means you got your 16 piston cylinder basic machine here. 16 keys for 16 cylinders. Each one's got its proper place. Let's get all of our nozzles and clutches and gas gauges and everything going here, and our visor in front, our fairing, all of those wonderful halogen lights, but you know they help you see in the dark. Fire up this puppy, and the second one, and the third one, and you can feel those engines roaring, and the pistons are grinding. Here go those meters, they're roaring, they're racing, everything's looking good. Good thing I got long arms, let me tell you, and the vibrations are starting, and here goes the back of that bike. Now, if you're curious about all that smoke coming out of those mufflers, now you know why. You got yourself 3,200 RPMs going here. Ha ha! I see me a couple of howls, one on the left and one on the right. You just give a look, see what happens here. Let's rev this puppy up. I can feel the power. And that house crashes down. Nothing like a little mouth saying Helen's action. Here, let's put that one on the side of one of the tanks, and let's give it a go on the other side. Watch that one crumble. Score. On the other tank. There'll be more before the day's through. And there's that highway byway leading down the road of my future. All those meters screaming, the barometers, tachometers, hydrometers, barometers, and everything else that get you over gas and call it and everything you got. No, let me tell you about the wheel before we get going here. A 7.5-inch tread on a semi-tire, but in the front, you're gonna make a 12-speed from a bicycle. I stole it yesterday. Throttle up, pistons are roaring. Let's get this guy on the road. As it scrapes into the ground and digs a hole that a grave digger would be proud of. Sparks flying in back and smoke pumping out. Oops. Dug myself a little deep here, but that just makes it better to pop a wheelie right out of here. Makes it more fun to bounce, and down we go down that road. And holding on to those bars, both flying out and backwards, lights flying out, oh boy, well, I planned it this way, you know, and down on the ground again, heading for Salinas. The wind in his face, and the cars passing by. Turkey. Somebody in the car doesn't particularly care for that, rolls up the window. Hey, and your mother. Whoa. The glass shatters in the windshield of the car. Ha! And pulls up alongside another car. Somebody doing their knitting. Oh, what a noise! Presses the electric button and up goes the window. Hey! Hey, the Sudiesville, baby! Tells her husband to please pull over, get out of the way of that man. The wind roared at 200 miles per hour. There's a bridge up ahead. All right. This is always fun to watch those girders go overhead. Uh-oh. Starting to get into a skid. Oh no, and this wasn't planned. And all those cylinders popping off, and all those gas tanks popping off, and all the pistons grinding and flying off to nowhere, and he goes up into an orbit. Himself, tumbling head over head, and head over heels, and heels over head. All of his clothes flying off in the wind. The great explosion he sees from the sky as the bike bites the dust. And so does he. Cloud of smoke. Stands up and brushes himself off. My chains. I'm gonna look out my britches. Thanks. Thank you. Okay, I think we're gonna have a break. How long is it gonna be, Kenny? Up to you. Okay, let's have a 10-minute break. Okay? Come on back. Thank you. This is what I'm supposed to say. Okay, did you enjoy your break? Oops, your break. Good. Okay, I'd like to proceed with the evening's entertainment. And this is a poem of mine, again. This is my own creation. And this is an Indian poem, sort of. I've studied a lot of different poems that Indians have come up with, and I came up with my own too. This is called Two Eagles. Clouds billowing in the sky. And a feathery apparition floating through the air. Gliding, soaring on the thermal. And the partner joins. They do an aerial dance together. Wing tag, fly chase. Feather fun. As one lands, perched in his nest, the other approaches and joins together. This next one, oh, that's right. Now you might know the story about Deaf Tree. Maybe you've seen this millions of times, right? Seems to be a standard of deaf humor. And I have a little bit of a new twist on this one that I want to show you. Now we have a gentleman standing here, red suspenders, Levi's 501s, straight leg. And a cap on his head. Heavy-duty muscles. And there's that giant spruce. Fires up the chainsaw. Timber. Oh, God. Please do something about your halitosis. A little Banaka always does the trick. Timber. Whew. A little medicinal, but down it goes. All right. Got the one in that sector. Let's go over to this one. Ah. There she goes. Look, don't forget the lesson I just learned from the other one there. Timber! Oh, we got ourselves a death tree here. Well, no problem. I'll try signing something. He signs timber, but doesn't seem to get it. Oh, another idea. Can't faze me. Okay, maybe we got an oral in here. Read my lips. And down it goes. Okay, number 3 coming up. First he signs timber. Nope, didn't work. Not an oral one, I guess. Oh, okay. Maybe it's a deaf-blind tree. Let's feel the right place here. Okay, T-I-M-B-E-R. Right on the bark. Yep, that's what it was, all right. Great. Number 3 goes bye-bye. Let's see. Ooh, boy, I'm gonna be one rich hombre. Let's see. Oh boy, I guess I gotta finish up here. Okay, one last one here. Give it a few revs. Ooh, this is a tough one to get through. God, this is kind of a thick tree. Must be a sequoia or something. Ooh, finally goes through. Let's go through the whole rigmarole here. Banaka, let's give it an extra squirt for good measure. Timber! Nope. Sign language couldn't do it. T-I-M-B-E-R. Nope. Let's see. What's this one gonna be? Up, up, up. I got it. Excuse me, do you understand me? A? Oh. Takes off his belt. Swings it around the tree and connects it to his loops and steeplejacks up to the top. Where are those eyes? Where would they be? There's those eyes. Here they are. Hey. What? Read my lips. Timber. Nope. Try signing. What? This seems to be doing the trick. Brings down a branch on his hand. T-I-M-B-E-R. Nope. Didn't work with finger spelling either. Writes it on a piece of paper. See this? Timber? T-I-M-B-E-R? Oh, that's what you want me to define. Uh-oh. Lumberjacks on the top, and down it goes. Bye. one is entitled The Clay Ball. Into the window, through the room, bounces something that somebody wants back. Dog rushes around. Where is it? Picks it up and starts put it in its jaws and runs around. Spits it out, bored with the toy, and leaves. The person says, what's this? Bounce up and down. Hey, you guys want to play ball? Here you go. Batter up. There's the pitch. Connects. Misses. Interpreter error. Let's try it again. Now it's a volleyball. Over that net, back and forth. The ball flies up past the net. Oh my God, it's gonna slap it right on the face. And it takes off, flying over the grass, over the ground. Where am I gonna land? A golf course there. And lands on that very neatly mowed grass. Oh, yeah, this is mine. Oh, was this yours? I thought this was mine. Like 9 iron, I think. Here's my 9 iron. Yeah. Slice this, I think, back to the tea over there. Oh no, this isn't looking good. The pendulum swing of the 9-year-old. Please, please, this is not good news. As the ball watches as metal slaps him in the chin, and he flies once more over the grass. Thanks a lot, buddy, as he looks back and waves. Hits a pole, spins round and round and round, and down into a hole. Birdie shot. A raccoon comes along. Hey, interesting looking rat. Brings it and spits it out. It bumps along the ground. Bye. This next piece is a Native American Indian poem about a star. I'm not going to tell you the exact title, I don't think. Now, my grandmother was a full-blooded Indian, and she was from Alaska. She was from the town of Ketchikan, Alaska, which is part of the southern area, south of Sitka and down near the Canadian border, southern areas. And that's where she grew up. My family's a real social group, and I would always notice my grandmother sitting there solitary, and I similarly would be sitting solitary because my family would all be gabbing away a mile a minute. They didn't sign, and I didn't lip read, and they didn't hang out with me. Once in a while somebody would come over and give a cursory little piece of conversation, but they didn't really talk to me very much. And my grandmother, her first language was an Indian dialect, was her native dialect, and so she was bilingual. English was her second language. Her tribe was called the Timfain. It's kind of a hard name to say, I know, the spelling is difficult too. The T-S-I-M-H-A-I-N. So my grandmother and I were kindred spirits in a sense because we were both sort of isolated and we became buddies. And she would write down to communicate with me, and she'd tell me stories about her life and Indian lore, and she would line it out for me. And this is a story that she told me. There was a little Indian boy, and he lived near a vast expanse of water, near a beautiful mountain range. There were fish, and there were whales, and seals, and ice fishing, and this is what they did for their food. But a terrible plague befell the people, and they were all so ill, and one by one death claimed them. The boy saw his mother fall terribly ill with a horrible fever, and he just didn't know what to do, how to help at all. He wanted to try to find some sort of special plant or herb, something medicinal to try to help all of them recover their health. He thought maybe if he traveled far beyond the mountains, he would find some sort of special plant that he could bring back and make some sort of tincture out of and try to return his tribe to health. So he set off on a journey, brushing the bug from his hair, and took off across the mountains. He brought a spear with him, and he was very easily fatigued because he was sick as well as the rest of his tribe. So he stopped to rest. The sun was about to set. He wanted to find some sort of place that he felt would be restful for the night. But over toward the west, he saw a strange light emanating. He couldn't quite decipher what it was, and he discounted it as something that wasn't important. But it still pulsed, and he thought maybe it's a star, but it didn't seem to have that sort of light. He went to sleep, and the next morning he got up and didn't see that light anymore, so I figured it might have been a figment of his imagination. He tried out looking for a special plant, and he saw all sorts of plants that they tried before, and none of them had done the trick. Again, evening fell, and he found another place to rest. And again, there was that radiance. Maybe I should go and investigate that. Maybe over the mountain there's something I need to see. So he walked, and it was hard work to get up that hill. He finally approached the summit, and there was a tree behind which that light was emanating. Peeked around, and there stood a beautiful Indian woman, hovering above the earth, with a brilliant aura all around her. He hid behind the tree, and she beckoned him. She said, "Oh no, what if she catches me? What's she going to do to me?" His legs shook with fear. "Maybe I should go." But she said, "No, come. He decided to chance it and approached her, crawling on all fours. No, stand. Walk to me. What's happening to you?" "My people," he said. "They're all dying like flies. Is there anything you can do to help us?" "Oh, of course I'll help you." "Well, where are you? Are you alone?" Or, "Yes, I'm alone, but I've been here forever. But I am solitary, yes." "So, you're alone? Where are your friends?" "Well, now you're my friend." "If you're my friend, would you come with me?" I think that I'll stay here. It would be better." "No, please, I have to tell you, my parents are dying. Everybody's going to die. Oh, please, can't you help me? Maybe you have something special, some plant, something that you can help. Something that you can tell me what I should do." "All right," she said, "I'll follow you." And she hovered above the earth and followed him down the mountain, all along the trails that he'd come, until they neared the village. The people were lying in their misery, scattered about like sticks upon the land, suffering so horribly. "Hey," he said, "I think I can help. But it seemed like it was worse. He said to the woman, you see? You see what's happening? She said, sleep. Lie and rest. You lie down and rest. And so he did. She gently covered him. He opened his eyes. She said, no, you sleep. Good night. It'll be fine. Closed one of his eyelids. He kept one open just because he wanted to peek. No, I said sleep. Both got to go shut. And he slept all night long. And with the dawn's first rays, all the people awakened. And that large expanse of water that was near their village was covered with water lilies, floating upon the surface, all over it. The boy woke up and said, where is she? Where's that spirit woman? Where is she? Where did she go? And then he fell down weak and crying because she disappeared. But then he noticed those flowers, the fields of flowers. Maybe that's that special plant that can help. He picked one and smelled it. It had such a strong fragrance and it invigorated him immediately. Before he had boils and scabs all over him, and immediately they were healed. He immediately took a couple of handfuls and ran back to his tribe and started giving them to everybody he met, saying, smell this, smell this. And as soon as they would inhale the aroma, they'd be healed. They went en masse to pick all the flowers and distribute them amongst the people in the tribe, and they were healed at last. The boy wanted to show his gratitude. Where is she? How can we thank her? And he was despondent because she wasn't nowhere to be found. And as the sun set, he noticed an apparition in the water, a glowing, a pulsing, glowing. And he stood up and he ran over. Those flowers were still covering the surface, but underneath, rising up through the depths, was the face of the star woman with her eyes sparkling as she reached the surface and waved. And he said, thank you, I can't thank you enough. You're so wonderful, thank you. And she said, you're welcome, and descended back again to her flowery depths of spirit. This next is an ASL poem of mine. And it's called Death, no. Born Death. A man and a woman marry their fortunes together. Pregnancy and that beautiful baby who grows and grows and goes to school with the other children and grows and studies and learns and grows and walks down the graduation aisle and goes to college and writes and studies those stacks of books and learns and grows till an education of a different sort summons him to war. The U-boat, the flag, the waves on the prow, bringing him to the injured fate. The body bag that the parents see with its stars and stripes, folded stars, folded stripes, and stars and folded stars and stripes. Their triangle of hopes buried. This is a number story. Before I did an alphabet story, ABC, and now we're going to do one with numbers, 1 through 15. This is called The Train.
One,
Far away on the horizon,
two,
the railroad tracks stretch,
three,
and the train cars shimmy and hustle along.
4,
Distance, distance, miles and miles and miles of trees,
5,
and the cars wobbling overhead. People jostling inside.
6,
The steam of the locomotive trailing overhead.
7,
Behind the rock, a horse rears its ears.
8,
Rolling myself a cigarette here. Whoa, whoa. There's the 109.
9,
I'm gonna chase that.
10,
I'm gonna get it. I've been after this one a long time.
11,
A little bit of chaw here sticking in my tooth.
12,
And it gallops and it gallops.
13,
Get those 6-shooters ready. I'm gonna get that bank train. It's the last thing I do.
14,
Oh, it's so hot in here. Ugh. What? Oh, not again.
15,
Oh, I think that my sign mime stories I've saved till last, it seems. This last one is really a long one, and this is the last thing that I'll do tonight for you. There's a person here, girl or boy, doesn't matter. Approaching the house. Something special in my pocket. Ooh, what is this? Something with a magical potion brewing inside, but it's a secret. Goes into the house and gets that spade. And digs a hole deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Oh, I guess I got a little overzealous. Throws the spade out. Whoa, that's far up. Not again. This is a seed. Which doesn't like being carried by the head very much. Placed on the ground. And here's the magic potion. I'm gonna get my safety glasses on. Pop the cork on a good vintage there of magic. And vapors and odors escape as he pours it on the seed. Contact. And it bubbles and it froths and it vapors and it evaporates and oh, the stench and oh, the smell and I'm getting out of here. Climbs out of the hole as fast as he can And as the vapors start to rise and something's happening on there, as fast as he can, he covers it with dirt. All the way to the top. There's a vague rumbling under the earth. He tamps it down with his spade. This ought to hold her a little while longer. Stands up and jumps up and down on it a few times to tamp it down some more. And decides that probably that's not the best place to be right now, so we better escape and look at it from around a rock or something and say, here's this seed. Wow, this is awful, there's dirt on me. And the roots start to spread. I'm getting out of here. And it climbs and it climbs and it climbs and it grows. Eating its way out of that hole in the ground. As the person watches behind the safe closure. Finally, the sea bursts through the top, gives a mighty roar, and pulls itself up through the surface, and grows high to the sky. I can't believe this is working. Until it grows tall and mighty, with a beautiful frond on top of its head. I better fix something to do here. A little bit of pomade. Yellow corn with a silvery tassel. Oh, that's great. Let's go see it. The person approaches the giant corn stalk. What's this punk one? Looks like that one's ready to eat. Parts the green shucks. Somebody taking my cover away. Ooh, yellow boy, this is ready. This one's ready. Covers the face back up with the corn husk again and grabs onto that corn. Come on, I gotta get this thing off of here, it's huge. Got me in a grip here. Come on, I gotta get this thing off of there. Held on for everything I was worth, that corn did. And finally it succeeds in parting it from its home and bringing it into his. In the door, straight to the kitchen. Phew, this is a hard table to put my head on, thanks a lot. A vat of water. Better fill it with a hose, we need such a big one. Ooh, one match left. That was lucky. Strikes it on the flint. Here's that piece of corn. Looks like it's ready. And rips off those leaves. Oh. Yep, looks like that one's real ready. Oh, look at those kernels gleaming. It's going to be delicious. Oh, thanks a lot. Don't look if you're polite. And throws him in a swan dive into the vat of water. Whoa! Hey, this is okay. A little bit of crawl. Why is that corn bouncing across back and forth around that vat of water? It's bouncing back and forth like a pinball. Oh, let's practice my backstroke here. I think I'll try to touch the bottom. And the the corn goes down and down and down till it touches the bottom. Ooh, God, that's hot. Swims back up to the top as fast as it can. Ooh, boy, that hurt. And then the bubbles start as the temperature rises. Phew. And watches the corn float. Boy, this is getting hot and enervating here. Takes the plate out of the cabinets. It's my little corn holders. Knife and fork. Salt and pepper. Oh, my corn bib. Looks like that's done. Turns off the fire. And the corn is feeling a little tired at this point, having been boiled. As butter lotions all over the corn's body. Oh, that feels good. All right, that's more like it. Salt. Pepper. All over the corn. What is this mouth gonna do to me? Jaws 3. As kernels are ripped, flesh is scraped, masticated, chewed, and thrown between the walls of cheeks and tongue and palate. Gulp. Kind of sticks in the old larynx there. And down it goes, holding on as hard as it can to the walls of the gullet. Oh, what is scraping my throat? And the corn, as a monsoon wave of water, flushes it down. Holds on with everything he can. Oh, God. My Lanta. Uh-oh, what is this I hear? Something rushing down. What's going to come on top of my head? And the corn is totally awash once more in something else. And finally lands in the stomach. Bumpy. Acidy. All kinds of weird stuff in here. Ugh. Whew. And the corn starts to do a little traveling. The intestine. Wow, what's this? Okay, looks like I'm going the right way. Turns left into the duodenum, and up the lower intestine, and down the other intestine, and into the upper bowel. Uh-oh, starts to go back up again. No, this is the wrong way, up street. No, I think I gotta go down at this juncture. Yeah, down this way. This is more like it. Around to the back. Ooh, boy. You gotta go. The person makes their way to the bathroom. Ooh. Seats himself on the porcelain throne. I see it, the corn says. An opening. That's it. Freedom. Sticks his hand through. I'm gonna get out of this place. Oh man. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Come on, you guys. This is the place. Really pushes himself down. I'm gonna get out. Come on, help. Everybody, let's get behind this one. Come on. Both arms free and dangling out. Oh, I can't make it on this one. Okay, get 1, 2, 3. Mercy. Come on, help out. Come on, everybody behind it. I know we can do it as a team. Let's go. And he breaks free. and dives down into the cool water. Yay, all right, I'm out of there. But what a view up north there. Oh my God, that was rough. One kernel, that's what that was, one seed. That's what this was all about. The toilet paper. Oh no, what's this? Oh, Charmin in the face. Swims away. Phew, okay, fine. Flushes. Oh no. Oh no, what's this? A waterfall or a tidy bowl? Blue chemicals? Ah, it's poison, I gotta get out of here. And the whirlpool. I'm gonna get down. Swims down past there through the porcelain. As the tidy bowl follows him, and he escapes to freedom. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks so much. And I really especially want to give thanks to my interpreter. Her name is Miriam. I'm glad you enjoyed my performance. This East Coast audience has been really great. Thanks. Love ya. Bye.